Hello everyone, this is Lisa from Power Wheelchairs for Success, and today I'm going to address those who are just starting to think about a power wheelchair or a manual wheelchair and are just kind of looking at the process. So I'm going to give some tidbits here so they know kind of where to start, who they can talk to. So here we go. For pre-beginners, that's what we'll call them today. If you are considering a manual or power wheelchair, the first person you want to talk to is your primary care doctor, and this is for the United States. So if you're in a third world country or in a very rural area somewhere outside of the United States, you probably want to make an appointment with a doctor and just state what your issues are and why you're considering having a power or manual wheelchair. And the doctor will probably send you to a therapist to talk about it. So, or to therapy, depending on what your situation is. So, for here in the United States, your first stop is your primary care doctor, and they will refer you over to a therapist, physical therapist, to be assessed and see what the situation is there. And they will either set up some exercises to see how much you can recover, which is important. Even if you're using a manual or a power wheelchair, it's important to, if you can gain a little bit of walking or putting some pressure on your feet, that would be great. Otherwise, if the therapist already knows you and knows your condition and you're not able to, they'll just assess you, because it's a formality that they have to do that to be able to put the paperwork in for a manual or a power wheelchair. So they might reassess you, if you haven't seen them in a while. If it's been 5 years, this is for more expert level users. You have to wait 5 years to be able to get a new power wheelchair or manual wheelchair to replace the one you already have. But let's get back to the pre-beginners. For you, you have to go through the assessment. They have to see if there's any possibility of recovery of movement, which will help in the long run anyway. So there's no harm in doing that. So they might do a couple of weeks of that. They'll talk to you extensively and answer any questions you have about a manual wheelchair or a power wheelchair. If a power wheelchair seems to be the best route, ask why. From the therapist's point of view, ask them why. So that'll be helpful for you to know and understand why. If they say, no, not exactly a power wheelchair, I'm recommending a manual wheelchair for you, ask why. So you have a clear understanding of one over the other. So if they say manual wheelchair and you're not quite sure about your strength or when you're outside or going places, ask about e-assist. If e-assist can be added to the application for the manual wheelchair. And what e-assist is, are motorized, it's like a fifth wheel that is attached to the manual wheelchair and can give a boost for you when you are out and about. So it is charged by battery, so you'll have to plug it in before using it, and it just snaps on to the manual wheelchair and can give you a strong boost so you don't get so tired, wheeling yourself. So ask her or him if that can be added to the application. So that I understand insurance companies are covering now e-assist mechanisms for manual wheelchairs. So that's awesome. All right. Wait time. The wait time for a power wheelchair or a manual wheelchair just depends, but it can be from 6 to 10 weeks, the wait period. Sometimes you'll have to go pick it up. Sometimes they'll come to your house and drop it off. and just kind of give you a little tutorial about it, whether it's a manual or a power wheelchair. If it's a manual, they might spend a little time with you, making sure you can do some initial wheelies and for you to drive around in it a little bit so you can feel, comfortable and understand how it works. You could ask them about, the maintenance and the cleaning of the manual wheelchair. And there are some awesome videos already on YouTube about cleaning and maintaining manual wheelchairs. There's a lot of information about manual wheelchairs on YouTube, so that's why I haven't created any. And number two, I don't have a manual wheelchair, so that would be a little bit of an obstacle. But I do have a power wheelchair, and I do have some videos about caring for the power wheelchair, how to stay on top of the maintenance, how to clean it. So all that is on my site already because I do have a power wheelchair, so which helps. If you have any questions during the wait time of your power or your manual wheelchair and a question just popped up for you, always call the therapist and they'll be able to answer. Sometimes the company that is ordering your manual or your power wheelchair will say, call us if any questions come up, and you can call them too. So either way, whether it's the therapist or with the company that's ordering your chair, if you have any questions, just give them a call, because there's no bad question, there's no poor question, there's no unnecessary questions. This is a trial time where, there's excitement and there's stress. So you want to reduce that stress. Actually, if you're getting a power or manual wheelchair, it'll be an exciting time, where you're going to get a hardware, some assistive device that's really going to help you in the long run and keep your pain down and help you with mobility, help you with your independence. So we wish you all the luck, and if you have any questions that we can answer here, we'll be happy to do that. And if you want to post, if you are someone who's experienced already with a manual or a power wheelchair, feel free to post your experiences on there, and that will give some tidbits also for those who are first-time applicants for a manual or power wheelchair. All right, I'll leave it at that, and any questions, feel free to post. Take care and good luck. Bye-bye.